Sun's been in Cancer, and we recently had that new moon in Cancer. The focus on emotions and needs has been loud. The beginning of the solar month, I just want to point this out because it's going to come up as planets enter Leo now. Retro Ceres in early Aquarius. If you remember, I don't know if I mentioned it last month, but I have been mentioning it in the Asteroid and Centaur Report blog posts that I've been doing every Friday morning. And as planets entered Cancer, specifically Sun and then Mars, they eventually, within that first week or so, made a quincunx to Retro Ceres in early Aquarius. And what that did is made this really uncomfortable conversation come to the surface about what you need and who's responsible for giving what to whom, and perhaps for some of us, where we do and don't belong. So now we have a similar effect after the Sun's gone through the whole sign of Cancer with what do I need, what do I feel, what do I do about that, how do I care for myself, all this stuff. Because now when things enter Leo, they're going to be opposed, or they're going to oppose as they pass Retro Ceres and early Aquarius. So the conversation about need continues into Leo is what I want to kind of frame the ingress of the Sun for you to be about. So Cancer needs, how I feel, what's happening right now, this moment. Leo also has this energy of what's happening right now, but it's a spontaneous, creative, playful energy. And Leo is about putting you into the equation. So with the Sun in Cancer, we might look around and say, well, where are my needs getting met, or where is what I need going to come from in the future, tomorrow, next year? I may be in Leo concerned about my future, about my security and my relationships with loved ones and my relationship with my history of relationships with loved ones. But when it gets into Leo, it's like, wait a minute, where am I in all this? Yeah, it's not just that we're tribe with the Cancerian energy. Okay, great, I get that that's where I come from, Cancerian energy. I get that that's what I carry with me from my history, all that moon stuff. Now it's the Sun. What about me? So that's really the shift into Leo. There are a lot of stereotypes and jokes, that I could make as a Scorpio squared by Leos, about Leo energy, and that, I've used as a shorthand for years, me, putting the self in there. I've talked about that a lot, actually, in terms of the journey that people with Pluto and Leo go through, where they have the sign of empowerment, the planet of empowerment and needing to become confident in the sign of, well, what about me? So a great part of Leo is presence and participation. And I'm going to say that thing. I'm going to tell that joke. I'm going to share that opinion. What I have to say matters. But it needs to come from the inside, which is a person validating the reality, the opinion, the thought, the feeling of the self. So what I want to put your attention on, one of the things, with the Sun going from Cancer into Leo, if in Cancer you've been looking about where your needs are coming from, realize that when the Sun shifts into Leo, you need to look at how you validate yourself. That's the core of this story for this month. Every time the Sun's in Leo. If those people didn't understand you, okay. The Leo energy is an acceptance, okay, but it's fun for me to be myself. I like playing. Not, I think I'm right, so I'm going to hammer this point home with people who said they don't want to listen. But I like that. I like me. It's kind of we want to get to a peaceful place with it, because if we're working against perceptions that people don't want to see it, if we're fighting and what we end up doing is forcing something that's not grounded, centered, whole, complete, heartfelt. So what do you like about yourself? What about yourself does your ego really get off on? Different things. Those are different things. Saying what do you like about yourself is asking you to look at what works for you.